Hi, Matt with eTrailer. If you have a 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander and you got some items that get pretty dirty and you want to keep them outside your vehicle, then the Flint Hill Goods Steel Hitch Cargo Carrier is going to be a great option for you. So let's check it out. And what I like about this is it's a pretty compact design. This is going to come more in handy if you're in a lot of tight spaces and you need something compact in the back of your car to carry those items that get kind of dirty. Anything like a leaky cooler, some mulch, some concrete, or anything you might find at the hardware store that might get a little bit dirty in the back of your car. Now, even though it is going to be a smaller carrier, it can still handle quite a bit. It's going to have a weight rating of up to 500 pounds. It is important to check what your vehicle is rated for along with your hitch too, just so you don't overload it and damage it. But let's get a few measurements just to see what the interior is going to be. So for the width, that's going to be a little bit under 52 inches for the interior. For the length, that's going to sit at a little bit under 18 inches. And the height is roughly going to sit at about 4 inches. Now, of course, you can stack things above that. Now, with anything you have back in here, I recommend strapping those items down. You're going to have a lot of great tie-off points. Any of these rungs that go across, even the ones on the bottom. Now, something to think about is when you are using these rungs, and let's say you're using a metal hook to grab onto it, just watch out just so you don't scratch off any of that coating on here because that coating is helping it be more rust resistant. And talk about stacking things up or how high you can stack them, I'd recommend keeping things below 19 inches. And for a few reasons. The main reason is so you still can open up your hatch, and realistically 19 inches is still pretty tall. The second reason is once you start getting above 19 inches and more around that 25-inch range, anything above that is going to start blocking your license plate and your backup camera. Let's get a few measurements just to see how this is going to live on the back of our Outlander. So the first one I'm going to get is going to be a ground clearance. That's going to be at 11 inches. It's really important to know if you really plan on trying to max this out or really load it up with some heavy stuff, it's going to drop down by a few inches. Especially have anything like concrete or mulch, anything that's really heavy. And that's really important to know because that's not a lot to begin with. So if you're in any spots that have a lot of bumps or if you're going up a really steep hill, definitely keep an eye on this so you don't make ground contact. The second measurement I'm going to get is going to be our clearance from our back bumper. And that's going to sit at about 20.5 inches. And that's one of the reasons why I do like this carrier. This is really compact, so even if you are in a lot of those really tight spots, like a parking spot, this should be fine. And the way this is going to install is we're going to have a 2-inch shank that goes into our 2-inch hitch receiver. We're then going to have an anti-rattle bolt that goes through and connects to a nut on the other side. Now, what I like about that anti-rattle is it helps keep things in place. I will say we still do get a little bit of rattling, and that's mainly going to be seen in the up and down motions. If that's an issue for you, then I'd recommend checking out some of eTrailer's anti-rattle clamps. And what that's designed to do is to prevent that from bouncing up and down. So it's going to give you more of a smooth ride, especially when you do have those heavier items like mulch or concrete back here, just to make this carrier last longer. Now, and really, one of the biggest reasons why I like this carrier is just because how compact it is, and it's a pretty light carrier too. So not only is it saving you space while you drive, but taking it out isn't too hard because it's a lighter carrier and it doesn't take up a whole lot of space in your garage either. Now, if you're just looking for just a little bit more space than what this offers, then I'd recommend checking out the Flint Hill Goods aluminum hitch cargo carrier because it's going to be just slightly bigger and still pretty light and easy to store in your garage. But that's just a look at the steel Flint Hill Goods hitch cargo carrier on the back of our 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.